Like this, as I declare you so. So Peter of Psquare don't finally burst out again to come drop the second part of the story wey e start to clear us since this morning. And my brother, wetin Baba reveal for inside this second part, even me sef, I shocktalize wellingly. And I know say if you watch it sef, you go shock. And e good make you lis ten carefully because you go learn one or two things from inside this story. Make you hear wetin their elder brother Jude Okoye do for inside this matter. In fact, as e be so, come like say na that Jude Okoye na be the genesis of all the katakata wey dey sup between these wonderful twin brothers. Anyway, make I quickly read the letter, the open letter wey Peter use take reveal all the secret. Just lis ten and be blessed. And no forget to dey share the video, make other people dey learn too from inside this experience. Lis ten. He say, before I tell you the whole story, here is what I need you all to understand. It's always surprising to me when people say Psquare is always bringing their family matter into the public eye. Let me clarify this. Psquare is not just a family, it's a public brand. But Peter, Paul, Jude, Anita, Ifoma, and Lola, and the rest of our family members are family. But Psquare is an entity that belongs to the public as much as it does belong to us. Our fans have played a significant role in our success, so they have the right to know what's happening with their beloved brand, Psquare. That's why it's understandable when certain aspects of our lives are shared publicly. That's for people they complain, say they think they carry the matter come outside. They don't give reason why they bring and come outside. Psquare na public entity. You get the point now. The listen. He said, now let's get straight to the point. I want to make it clear that I never reported my twin brother Paul to the EFCC. I know many of you were disappointed when Paul accused me of doing so. He mentioned that I wrote a petition against him, which he claimed made the EFCC to ask him to provide a surety. This statement suggested that he was detained, which is not true. Peter, Paul, and Jude own a management company together called Northside Entertainment, which we use to manage all of Psquare affairs. One day, I discovered another company with a similar name, but this one was called Northside Music instead of Northside Entertainment. This surprised me, so I decided to investigate further. And guess what? To my shock, the founders and directors of this secret company were none other than Jude Okoye and his wife, Ifoma Okoye. And the registered address was the family home of Jude's wife. Still in shock, I knew I had to talk to Paul about it. I approached him multiple times, at least 4 different times, asking if he knew anything about the secret company and the whereabouts of some of Psquare's royalties. Each time I met with him, he denied knowing anything about it. I want to set the record straight. I hereby challenge Paul or anyone else to show any petition that I, Peter Okoye, ever submitted against my twin brother Paul or that has Paul's name on it. I am still writing this with so much shock because I gave clear instructions to my legal team with a standing order that under no circumstances should Paul be included in my petition. Their focus was to remain solely on the primary suspects, Jude Okoye and his wife, Ifoma Okoye, since they were the directors of this secret company, Northside Music. Paul's recent interview about the EFCC incident contains a lot of lies. I watched and listened to Paul's interview. I was totally speechless and I kept asking myself, how does Paul have the audacity to publicly tell lies like this? Even with a respected and reputable agency like the EFCC. He claimed I petitioned him, but that's not something that ever happened to Paul. The truth is, this was something that actually happened to Jude. The real story goes back to the shocking discovery I made, but what really got me very upset was finding out that for years, millions of dollars and hundreds of millions of naira were being secretly diverted into this secret company's account, Northside Music, from our own company, Northside Entertainment. Wow. This was not just a minor issue. It was a massive betrayal that had been going on for several years. Baba. I understand that Paul is angry because I took this matter to the EFCC, and I understand why. However, bearing in mind that I have met Paul and Jude separately and tried to discuss this matter and it yielded me with no positive answer. In fact, the last time I approached Paul, the conversation got heated up and he said, and I quote, "Peter, go and do your worst." At this stage, I was left with no other choice but to report to the authorities and take legal actions. Ah, money matter. Jude was then detained after being questioned. He came clean and admitted he had been diverting millions of dollars of our money to his secret company that he and his wife were director of. All Jude's bank accounts were immediately frozen. He was eventually released on bail after he managed to provide a surety and met the other bail conditions. Meanwhile, further investigations are still going on up till now. Paul's name was never mentioned in the petition because he was never a director of this secret company, unless there is something he is hiding from all of us. Paul was only invited for questioning, just like Jason Joku of Iroko TV, Amaju Pinnick, and others who had transnational dealings with Northside Music. The EFCC investigation found out that Northside Music had been secretly collecting Psquare's royalties over the years. These royalty money were sent to Bureau de Change, then transferred to Jude's personal bank account. A closer look at Jude's account statement revealed that once the money entered his personal account, there were multiple transactions where he was splitting the funds equally with Paul without Peter. This naturally led to some questions. After Jude confessed to diverting the funds, he also told the EFCC that the money he had been sending to Paul for several years wasn't about sharing money behind Peter's back. Instead, it was money he owed Paul from the sale of their house in America, which he was gradually paying back the loan. This is the reason why Paul has been telling everyone that the EFCC had cleared him, as if I ever wanted him to get into trouble with the EFCC. The story is very long, but I will tell it in due time. For now, I will stop here until the EFCC sends the final report to my legal team. Once that happens, before heading to the law court, I will make the exact petition that doesn't include Paul's name public. I will also release the EFCC final report, receipts, and other documents re- uh, related to this secret company, including the CAC registration, bank transactions, and bank statement of that Jude set up with his wife, Ifeoma Okoye. May God help us all. Voila, baba. If we say make we follow wetin Peter Psquare just reveal to all of us now, baba, e mean say all those time wey Cynthia Morgan dey come out and come talk say Jude Okoye na im be the cause of her problem and na im be the cause of Psquare problem, which means Cynthia Morgan that time dey correct. That time, but that time people dey cause her say she don dey kolo, hey, your head no correct o, this one. From wetin Peter just reveal na, just show say that girl was correct all along. But how person elder brother go just dey take delight, just dey enjoy to see im younger brothers wey dey successful go apart, all because of money? Na money dey cause this to money, obviously. Money wey three people dey share, probably because you feel say you dey closer to Paul pass Peter. You wan corner Peter comot make you and Paul dey share the money, and you wey be Paul, you lock up like Akon because baba dey do transfer give you. So tey even the Jude wife even come get hand for inside this matter wey be say, okay, if brothers dey quarrel, you as wife for the family dey carry the matter come near you, you suppose be peacemaker. Instead, you agree make dem even use your name, use your family house, still dey divert money from people sweat. This matter from the look of things, this matter go tie wrapper not canvas wey put am fiscal, because na this so the matter never finish. I know Paul, he felt like to talk well. Any moment from now, Paul go come out again, talk another one. But I like the way as Peter dey talk now, e dey bring receipt, dey mention name, dey mention this one. If Paul wan talk you, abeg, if you no get receipt, no talk. No come dey stress us. Because right now, people don dey see wetin dey sup now. But that Jude, sha. Anyway, just thank God for everything.